हमारे मुख्य अतिथि पहुंच चुके हैं। जो भी वैज्ञानिक और हमारे डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर जो भी पीछे बैठे हैं केवल सीखने दे रहे हो। बीसी साहब पहुंच चुके हैं और विदिन प्रोग्रेस अपने वर्कशॉप में ज्वाइन करेंगे। कृपया करके आप केवल सीटों पर आ जाएं।
डॉक्टर साहब बोलना एक बार, कुछ आवाज चेक कर रहे हैं।
हेलो 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 हेलो
5 सेकंड का गया चलता
ये सभी डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर के ऑफिस हैदराबाद और साइंटिस्ट से मेरा निवेदन है कि आगे वाली सीटों पे आ जाओ प्लीज। जो पीछे सीटों में बैठे हो आगे वाली सीटों पे आ जाओ। A very good day to all. As you know that we have all gathered here for the agriculture officer workshop Rabi 2025. To begin with today's program, I request Professor B.R. Kamboj, Chief Guest of today's function and Vice-Chancellor of CCSHAU Haryana Agriculture University Hisar, to please light the lamp in front of the Goddess of Education, Ma Saraswati. Dignity on the dais are requested to accompany the Chief Guest, sir, please. Lightning of lamp and Saraswati Vandana.
Thank you.
Thank you. We all have assembled here to deliberate on the practice and recommendation for the week for better harvest. Before we start the today's program, I humbly seek the permission of the chair to proceed for today's function. Thank you, sir. First of all, I request Dr. Singh, Mandal Director, Extension Education, Hisar to welcome the Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Chief Guest of this workshop with a bouquet of flowers. Dr. Singh, Mandal, please. Thank you. Now I request Dr. Rajnarayan Kaushik, Director Research, to welcome Dr. R.S. Solanki, Additional Director Statistics, Department of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare, Government of Haryana, Panchkula. Thank you, sir. Principal Secretary, Department of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare, and Director of Agriculture also have to join this workshop, and he may join in the evening session. And Shri Pankaj Agarwal, IS, Principal Secretary, Department of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare, will also cover the plenary session in the tomorrow's program. And I also, however, they are not present in this workshop, but due to their efforts and unrivaled guidance, we are able to organize this workshop after a long time, because due to some reason we are not able to organize the creep agriculture workshop. And I will also like to thank our Chief Guest, Dr. Kamboj, because in organizing this workshop and analyzing the date, they have played a very great role, and due to their efforts, we are able to assemble here for 2 days. So I also thanks to Dr. Kamboj. Now I request Dr. Singh Mandal, our Directorate Extension Education, to welcome the Chief Guest and other dignitaries present in this workshop. Dr. Singh, please.
I welcome to the chief guest, the most respected, our worthy Vice-Chancellor, Professor Rajnarayan Kaushik, for sparing time out of his busy schedule to grace this workshop. Sir, you are deeply interested in such important agricultural related works. Your cooperation is always available to the farmers community and the university. I welcome to Dr. R.S. Solanki, Additional Director Agriculture, Department of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare, Haryana, for his coming from Panchkula to place this workshop. I welcome all our deans, directors, Registrar of the University, Dr. Pawan Kumar, Director of Research, Dr. Rajbir Garg, Director Human Resource, Dr. Mesh Yadav, Director Students Welfare, Dr. Surendra Kumar Paujadi, Dean College of Agriculture, Dr. Surendra Kumar Paujadi, Dean College of Fisheries Sciences, Dr. Geraji, Dean College of Basic Science and Humanities, again Dr. Geraji, Dean College of Agriculture Engineering and Technology, Dr. Surendra Kumar Paujadi, Dean College of Biotechnology, Dr. K.D. Sharmaji, Dean Postgraduate Studies, Dr. Mesh Yadavji, Librarian Dr. Pateria ji, Comptroller Shri Naveen Kumar ji, EOCom Chief Engineer Dr. Pauja ji, and media advisors all officers of the universities and state department, I welcome you. You are highly appreciable that you are attending this valuable workshop. I also welcome all the officers, Joint Directors of State Department, all senior coordinators from KVKs, all HODs of HAU, and I welcome all of those who are contributing directly or indirectly for organizing this workshop. I also extend welcome to the journalists who have come from print and electronic media, through whom the information of this agricultural officers workshop has reached all the areas. I welcome our media advisor, Dr. Sandeep Aryaji. In the end, I again welcome to everyone present in this workshop who are involved in this workshop. Thanks to one and all. Thank you.
Thank you. So now I would like to request Dr. Balwan Singh Bandal, our Director Extension Education, CCSHAU, to present the extension activities carried out by different units of the KVK of the industry. And please be brief, within 10 minutes, only 10 to 15 slides, please.
Hello. Next. As far as Directorate of Extension Education is concerned, the Directorate of Extension Education works through its KVKs and other wings, and the agriculture profile of Haryana state, as you know, the Haryana is divided into two zones, that is northeast and southeast. And in northeast zone, the cropping pattern is rice, wheat, vegetable like this, and southwest for mustard wheat. And this is the cropping pattern of these two zones. And total geographical area of Haryana state 4.42 million hectare, which is 1.4% of the total geographical area of the country. And out of this, 3.7 million hectare is cultivated. 3.4 million is net crop area, and out of this 3.1 million hectare is irrigated area, which contribute 84% of the cultivable area. And cropping intensity of Haryana state is 185 against the national average is 135%. Next. These are the emerging challenges to the agriculture. As far as the climate change is concerned, these are the emerging challenges: climate change, natural resource management, natural resources degradation, declining size of holding. These 6 are the emerging challenges which are very important for the scientists, and the scientists and agricultural officers together discuss among all are these challenges and what are the strategies to solve these challenges. Next, please. This is the organizational setup of the Directorate of Extension Education. HAU Directorate of Extension Education setup is a unique one in the country. The Directorate is set up in 6 wings. First one is Farm Advice. Next is Farm Information and Communication. Third one is Publication Unit. Fourth one is Kisan Center, that is ATIC. Fifth, Farm Training Services. And sixth one is Extension Education Institute at EEI located. Next, please. This is the diagrammatical setup of the Directorate, as I have discussed through our KVKs, ATIC, Saina Nehwal Institute, and public. This is the diagrammatical setup of the extension directorate. Next. KVK as the Resource and Capacity Development Center. These are the activities farmer participatory research, that is on farm testing, technology upscaling, that is frontline demonstration, skill development program for rural youth and farmers, and training of practices in farming on and off campus are the capacity development programs of KVKs. Next. Technological backstopping. To improve the competency of extension professional in recent technological advances, to the performance in carrying out the mandatory activities like OFT, FLD, training and other extension activities, to develop expertise of KVK professional in documenting indigenous technologies, knowledge, farmers, innovations, best management practices. Next please. Transfer of technology through our KVK. Our KVK conducted so many training programs. The farmer, women, farm youth, they are trained, and like the training programs are mushroom production technology, beekeeping, vermicomposting. These 14 types of the vocational training are organized through our KVK. After getting the training from these through KVKs, the number of training and number of participants are in different types of training program. Next please. And the participants engaged after attaining the training program like cutting and tailoring, 420 number of participants. Out of these 420 participants, 320 participants are engaged in their occupation. Likewise, fruit and vegetable preservation, bakery, value addition of milk, nursery raising, mushroom production, beekeeping and vermicomposting. After getting these training programs, the rural youth and rural farm women, they are engaged for valuable income for their. Next please. These are some pictures. Next. Demonstrations. Through our KVKs, OFT, 51 OFTs were conducted and around 2,000 FLDs were conducted on our KVK farms and farmer fields. Out of these 51 OFTs, the variety evaluation, weed management, INM, integrated pest and disease management, resource conservation of technology, and other crops, wheat, mustard, chickpea, fodder, and natural farming. These are concerned our OFT and FLDs. Next please. Out of OFTs, here I am discussing about 5 to 6 OFTs which are very important. OFT number 1, varietal evaluation, and this OFT is conducted by our KVK Mahendragarh. Assessment of biofortified varieties of mustard. When the variety farmer practices and variety the under OFT is RH1706. When the farmer adopts this variety, about 10% higher yield against the farmer cultivated variety is achieved, and less than 2% erucic acid content is there in variety RH1706, which is very, very beneficial for the human health. Next please. OFT number 2, again varietal evaluation, assessment of wheat variety under timely soil condition, T2 WH1270 and T1 HD2967. When the farmer adopts this variety under OFT, there are about 20% attained over check variety HD2976. This is very, very highly appreciable by the farmer that WH127 variety is released to our university. Next please. OFT 3, weed management of flourish manner in wheat. This OFT is conducted through our KVK Yamuna Nagar, and problem is lower yield of wheat due to the weed pressure. And 2 treatments were taken here, one T1 farmer practice and T2 peri-emergence, that is pendimethalin at the rate of 2 liter per hectare plus pyroxysulfan at the rate of 60 gram per acre. And source of technologies in Ludhiana, when these treatment is applicable at the farmer through our OFT, there is about 11.6% higher yield against the farmer practice. Next please. OFT number 4, that is nutrient management, mitigation of terminal heat stress in lakes or wheat. However, the heat stress is not occurred for the previous 2 years, but when OFT is conducted through our KVK Mahendragarh, reduction in the yield due to terminal heat stress, 2 treatments were taken, that is farmer practice control and T2 RDF and plus 2 spray of potassium nitrate 1% at the interval of 70 to 80 and second one 80 to 90 days after sowing. After the application of the spray of potassium nitrate, the farmer achieved 7.2% higher yield than the control. This means this OFT is very important for the farmers when heat stress is occurred. Moreover, whenever heat stress is not occurred, if the farmer separate do these 2 separate, the 7.2% higher yield is achieved. Next. OFT 5 disease management. This OFT is conducted again by our KVK Mahendragarh and management of root rot disease in chickpea. There is a very serious problem of this disease, and under this OFT, 3 treatments were taken. The T1 is farmer practice, T2 seed treatment with carbendazim, and T3 seed treatment with trichoderma viride, that is 6 gram per kg seed plus 5 kg per hectare in 100 kg FIM per hectare as soil application. And the source of technology is ICR, IRI, New Delhi. When these treatments were followed by the farmers, about 15.5% yield is disease check is there under this OFT. Next. OFT 6 nutrient management. This OFT is conducted by our KVK Cattle. Assessment of latest paddy variety PB1847 against blast and BLB disease. 2 treatment PB1847 and T2 PB1509 under check. And when these 2 treatments were taken through our OFT, there is a higher, better performance of the variety 1847 against the check one. Next please. These OFT number 7, economic analysis of wheat crop WH1309 shown under late sown conditions Rabi-2025, and this OFT is conducted through our KVK Karnal when 2 treatments were taken, that is wheat cultivation under the late sown conditions, 2 irrigations, T2 wheat cultivation under late sown conditions for check varieties as HD2851 WH1121. When these 2 treatments were carried out under OFT, about economic aspect were yield 20 kg, and there is a achievable gain is there under these late sown variety under OFT. Next please. These 7 OFTs were conducted through our KVKs. There are 51 OFTs conducted all over the state through our KVKs. Next, capacity development program for KVK professionals. The KVK professionals are also regularly reporting for short-term training through our Amity, NARM, Manage and other Directorate of Human Resource Management, Hisar Institute and other specialized organizations. Next. Technological input and information support. This is a regular feature of training program, that is direct Zonal Research and Extension Advisory Committee Agricultural Officers Workshop in 2 Kharif and Rabi, Scientific Advisory Meeting of KVKs, Kisan Melas again 2 during Kharif and Rabi at University campus. Next. Training and visa system, T&V system of extension program. This is again a regular feature. Our 4 zones, Hisar zones, under Hisar zone, Hisar, Sarsa, Singh and Fatehbad district, and number of training programs were conducted, 12 in each. Second zone, Bawal zone, Mahendragarh, Bhiwani, Mewat, Rewari, Gurugram. Rohtak zone, रोहतक, फरीदाबाद, Jajjar, Sonipat, Karnal zone, Yamunanagar, Kurukshetra, Kathal, Karnal, Panipat, Panchkula, and Ambala. This is a regular feature of our T&B system training program, and under these programs, 12 programs are conducted throughout the year during each month. Next. Periodical visit of scientists, our OFTs and FLTs were monitored through our HODs, deans, directors, and ICR dignitaries. Our monitoring of project ICR and universities, extension programs like Kisan Mela, Kisan Goshti, these are also supervised by ICR and universities. Next. Publication and updating of district specific technology inventory, crop specific advisory under the supervision and kind guidance of our Vice-Chancellor. All the crop specific advisory are circulated through our KVK and WhatsApp group seasonal basis. Haryana Kheti monthly Hindi magazine, package or package Rabi, Kharif and horticultural crops. And other folder leaflet are publishing mass approaches for covering the all the crops and other programs. Next. Establishment of infrastructure at KVKs under the kind supervision of our Vice-Chancellor. There are so many soil and water testing laboratories, our KVKs, and 7 community radio stations, and establishment of more demonstration unit at KVKs, strengthening of seed production unit under the technical guidance of KVKs, 2 seed hub, KVK Sarsa and KVK Bhiwani, 2 seed hub are working under the Vice-Chancellor control and super guidance. Next please. Use of ICT in agriculture, these are some latest technologies, establishment of kiosks. This is very important. Our KVK, each KVK has its own kiosk and e-Mosam portal, real-time crop specific advisory through Kisan call center and social media. Toll-free helpline services help KVK professionals to disseminate technological to stakeholders on telephones, and dissemination of information to farmers through mobile messages to every village in 22 districts of Haryana state. Under the kind supervision of our Vice-Chancellors, our KVKs covers all the villages of the state, and 20 farmers from each village are covered through our KVKs. Therefore, any new technology, any new information, if we want to transmit through our KVK's WhatsApp group, each village is covered through our KVK under the supervision of our Vice-Chancellor. Next please. Mechanism of technology backstopping among KVK professionals. One IFS model at our KVK, there's one IFS model which is recommended by our university and all appreciable all over the country. One IFS model demo is existing at our KVK. Next. These are some extension activities in numbers and participants like seminars, advisory services, diagnostic visit, field visit, technological week, Kisan Melas, and so many other programs conducted through our KVKs. Next. These are some photographs. Next. Next. Natural farming at our KVK farm, each KVK 1 acre the natural farming area is increasing day by day. Next, please. Next. 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 These are some future strategies. Strengthening of university assistance and sale center at KVKs for sale of university product. Strengthening of more number of soil and water testing laboratories. Seed production through farmer under technical guidance of KVK professionals. Promotion of natural farming, organic farming. Kitchen gardening for food security and development of organization of DSR program for judicious use of water, use of drone spray for safe and judicious use of pesticide, use of information technology in extension activities, better liaison with department, motivation of extension functionaries, systematized monitoring, qualitative improvement in publication and farmer trainings, establishment of more number of community radio stations at our KVK. These are some future strategies. However, In spite of these future studies, there are so many works which are assigned by our Vice-Chancellor time to time. Our candidates, our Directorate also follows those instructions also. Next. Thank you. Thank you for bearing me, listening me. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for a nice and very informative presentation. Before we all reach a point of understanding for discussion, research highlight are always presented to apprise you the latest achievement made by the university. So I request Dr. Singh, Director Research, CCSHAU, Hisar, to make a presentation of the highlights depicting research activity of the university before the August House. Dr. Singh, please. Sir, I again request you, please give a very brief presentation within 10 minutes, sir.
Hello, most respected Professor B.R. Kamboj, worthy Vice-Chancellor CCSHAU and Chairman of this session. Then my colleague Dr. Balwan Singh, Director Extension Education, Dr. Pahoja and Dr. Solanki, officers of the DIAS, then these officers of the Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, HODs, HOS, senior coordinators and faculty members, and all those present in this hall. I am Dr. Rajbir Garg. I am presenting the research highlights of the CCSHAU for the Rabi 2024-25. Next. Chairman sir, this Rabi crops of Haryana, we have 5 important Rabi crops. So wheat is the first and foremost, then comes the rapeseed and mustard, thereafter sugarcane, then barley and gram. Then 6th crop is also becoming important, the spring maize, that is becoming important crop. Though for watershed, as far as the water requirement is concerned, so though we think it is an undesirable trend, if the spring maize comes in non-dry system, then it is not a problem. As far as this shift in area is concerned, so there is gain in area under wheat, there is gain in area under barley, there is gain in area under gram, but there is decline in area under rapeseed and mustard, and also serious decline in the area under sugarcane. As far as the productivity is concerned, so we have a tremendous gain in productivity. In Rabi 2024-25 in comparison to 23-24, in wheat almost 3 quintal per hectare gain in productivity. Similar barley, it's almost 1.5 quintal gain. Gram is almost 4 quintal, 4.5 quintal per hectare gain in productivity. Rapeseed and mustards again almost 4 quintal gain in productivity. In sugarcane, there is decline in productivity. As far as the productivity of wheat is concerned, the highest productivity achieved by the state so far was 5,183 kg per hectare in 2011-12, and now it is above that. That means in case of wheat crop, we have achieved the highest productivity ever achieved by the state of Haryana. And similarly in mustard, the highest productivity that was achieved in the state was 2,049 kg per hectare in 2018-19, and this year it is more than 2,200 kg. That means in wheat and in case of rapeseed mustard, the productivity achieved in Rabi 2024-25 is the highest productivity ever achieved by this. And this because of this weather also favorable, other weather also, and because of our technology also, efforts of our extension agencies and also the farmers. Next. As far as weather is concerned, so most of the weather parameters were around normal in Rabi 2024-25. This maximum temperature that remained around normal, minimum temperature remained around normal, humidity remained around normal, pen evaporation rate that also remained around normal. Next. This bright sunshine hours, that's much more in comparison to the Rabi 2023-24. So 1.2 to 8.6 hours per day. And during Rabi 2024-25, 4 districts received excess rainfall, 1 large excess, and 7 districts received normal rainfall, 9 districts received deficit rainfall, and 1 large deficit. So Mahendragarh district So it's a converse trend. Mendagarh district received the large excess rainfall, and the Panchkula district received the large deficient rainfall. Otherwise, it used to be opposite. That means there is some change in the rainfall pattern. The accuracy of rainfall forecast was above 86%, and the survey was conducted with 72.1% farmers ready to our weather advisory, 5 out of 5. And 52 district advisories were issued during the Rabi 2024-25. Next. This is although it is a workshop for the Rabi, but this presentation is on monsoon rainfall in 2024 and 25. In case of 2024, onset of monsoon took place on 28th June. 2025-26 June, the monsoon covered the whole state on 2nd July in 24, and monsoon covered this whole state 2nd July also this year. Monsoon rainfall, that was minus 7% in 2024. It is 38% plus this year. It is 569.4 mm against the normal of 530.7 mm. And district-wise also, some districts received this deficient rainfall in 2024, but this year this rainfall was either normal or excess or large excess. And withdrawal that happened in 2024 on 2nd October, on 2025, 24th September, normal is 25th. Next. Then the research achievement of the university, as far as research achievement or research contribution of the university, the first and foremost is crop improvement that comes in from new varieties and hybrids. The university so far has developed 305 varieties, released 305 varieties or hybrids, and 14 varieties have been identified, which are likely to be released very soon. And the 44 our varieties are the advanced stage of testing in agriculture. Next. The next is the one parameter, whether our varieties are popular among the farmers or occupying substantial area under real field conditions. That one indicator is the non-exclusive license. Non-exclusive license represents the demand of our seed, demand of our varieties by the private seed companies. So far, university has executed 603 non-exclusive licenses, and the 70s have been executed in the last 5 years. Next. This varieties and hybrids released in case of oat. This CCSHAU Hisar is leading at national level. We have released variety for dual purpose also, multi-cut also. In field P also, the CCSHAU Hisar is leading at national level. We have released variety HFP 1709. Next please. This WH1306, this variety though have been released for peninsular zone, but this variety has very good chapati score. We are trying to push this variety even in our zones. Then Spopcorn hybrid HPC4 has been released for cultivation in Northwest Plain zone. Then Faba bean variety has been released. And this acknowledgement that we are doing excellent work in crop improvement, our agri center or rapeseed and mustard that received the best performing main center award for outstanding contribution in research and development of rapeseed and mustard during 2024-20. Next. This variety is this WS1309. That's a very important variety because late sown interface is becoming important. Because now farmer is also taking catch crop between rice and wheat. Because of that, the sowing of wheat is delayed. This variety has been a very wonderful variety. Identified likely to be released very soon. Sir, we have spectacular achievement in case of sugar. This variety 179 that has been identified for release at national level. And mid-late COH 176, this is identified for release in mid-late group in the state of Haryana. And this variety COH 188, this is early group. This is identified for release in early group in state of Haryana. And we have a number of other clones, particularly one our clone, the COH 191. This reaction of the farmer is saying this clone is much superior to the leading variety CO02238. It will not only replace CO0238, but it will provide yield advantage. And this HK5, this Kabuli gram variety has been identified for this. Next, please. These are some photographs. Next. Next is this in wheat crop. This wheat management used to be the core issue after 90s. Chairman sir, this is to be an issue after this introduction of pyroxasulfone plus pendimethalin in pre-emergency phase. Then sowing date. As far as chickpea is concerned, our research finding says this November sowing is the best. Then is called nano urea. Sir, in nano urea, it is not the material cost which is important, but when it is applied, this labor cost is ignored. So one researchable issue was given to here also and at Bawal also to test the compatibility of nano urea with our fungicides, insecticides, and herbicides. These herbicides, we have got the similar result at Bawal and also in our agronomy department. Nano urea was found compatible with a range of post-emergence herbicides in wheat when applied as 10 weeks. Then another issue is that metribuzin is used in case of wheat for the weed management, though some reduction has been observed in the use of metribuzin after introduction of pyroxasulfone, but still farmers are doing. The finding is that the sweet varieties are able to tolerate the metribuzin if it is applied as pre-emergency intervention or applied as after mixing with urea through top dressing after first irrigation, but the varieties are sensitive when it is applied as foliar spray in post-emergency. Next. Then weed management in mustard, that is very important. This application of pendimethalin plus 1 head will provide good control. Then squirrel millet also, this weed management is very important. We need herbicides. So another important issue is whether any of the herbicide has any effect on succeeding crop of mustards. So no phytotoxicity was observed on mustard crop. In mustard crop, seed inoculation with liquid biofertilizers and zinc soluble provide EQ advantage. In Indian mustard also, the sowing on 25th October, that was found better than the sowing on 15th October. Then this mustard variety, that's a very important point. This mustard crop performs well at this spacing of interrow spacing of 45 centimeters. Next. Then another important is this in the saline environment, you apply 2 sprays for potassium nitrate flowering and pod formation. This provide higher yield of mustard. And then incorporation of rice strain retention practice with 125% RDA, they provide 6% higher grain yield of wheat as compared to burning rice strain. Next point is very important, sir. The whole issue of this crop residue management in the state of Haryana that revolves around the paddy straw. And the paddy straw also this mitigation of burning incidents just to avoid air pollution. As far as our opinion is, the core issue in case of crop residue management should be soil health. If the soil health is the core issue, then this other crops should also be included in crop residue management, particularly this cotton. Incorporation of cotton sticks along with 125% RDA produce about 11% higher grain of wheat over the removal practice of 4 years experience. So our request to these officers of the department to impress upon the policymakers to provide this incentive of rupees 1200 per hectare to also this cotton system. If any farmer goes for, if any farmer practices the in-situ management of cotton sticks, this should also get incentive. Then application, this is another very important finding. This mostly there is a shortage of DAP at the time of sowing of wheat. And when there is shortage, how to handle this issue? This application, even the DAP can be applied in 2 splits. The application of 50% recommended dose of phosphorus at sowing and 50% recommended dose of phosphorus along with drip irrigation resulting in grain yield of wheat, which was at par with 100% RDP applied as this. This is a shortage of DAP. Then you can start with half of the dose, and half of the dose may be applied at the time of first irrigation. Next. Then is endophytic bacteria, AW5 alone in combination with azotobacterium increase the yield. This biodecomposer, this will be recommended for inclusion in package of practices. And combined application of rhizobium. Rhizobium applied for nitrogen fixation and trichoderma that has a fungicidal action. So this combined application also provides seed advantage. Then we are producing biofertilizers. We have introduced similar facility at RRS Power. We are planning to introduce similar facility at CRS. Next. This biopesticide laboratory we are producing trichocards. Then so another important is monitoring of this insect pest through pheromone trap. This done through pheromone traps, this more emergence of this different insects that was documented. As far as in case of mustard, sir, we have obtained the highest productivity. But our results say that still there is scope to increase the productivity. Just because of poor plant protection measures, we are losing the yield almost 14.3%. And the biggest damage is caused by this disease, stem locust sclerotinia. And among the 6 data of sowing, this delayed sowing, this important point of this research highlight, avoid the delayed sowing of mustard because the crop becomes prone to insect pests and diseases. So if there is case of November, unless you have no option, so avoid the sowing of mustard, better do the sowing of wheat or barley. Next. Then seed treatment, we don't have any recommendation of any chemical in sugarcane, but our result says we do the seed treatment, drenching or foliar spray. Some of the important diseases like red growth and this smut and wilt, these are manageable through fungicides. And the tissue culture plants that shows less incidence of yellow leaf disease, and this our genotypes found resistant to white rust and proposal submitted to NBPGR for registration. Next. Then under polyhouse conditions, we need good nematicides. Nematode problem will become serious in many. Not in polyhouse, DSR also it may become issue. This clopyram, this nematicide found effective. So some of the nematicides are under testing also. So we hope that some nematicides will be included in package of practices in the next 2-3 years. Then manage the cereal cyst nematode that is manageable through in wheat and barley crop, it is manageable through bioagents. Next. This agriculture engineering among the various methods, so of course this herbicide is the best, but the super seeders is becoming more popular among the farmers. This deep tillage improved through subsoil, that is again important intervention to break the hard soil that provides yield advantage in different crops and cropping system. Then decision support system is app is developed. Then a remotely operated spray vehicle has been developed. Next, please. Then seed pro detection unit is developed because in case of drill sowing, mostly there is choking of seed and thereafter we see the missing of lines. This is seed pro detection unit has been developed that provide alert. Then multi-crop millet planter has been developed. This tractor operated deep row sugarcane cutter planter has been tested. This front-line demonstration of DSR machine with pre-emergent herbicide undertaken with good advantage. Next, please. Then decision support system for estimation of pump size for irrigation has been developed. Under organic farming, this is also again a very important research finding. The Jiva Amrit can be safely applied through drip irrigation system and causing no damage to drips. This 40 applications, it was applied 40 times during the last 4 years, no damage was caused to drip system. And high purity lignin was successfully extracted using DS from paddy straw. This will add value to the XC2 residue management. Then semi-indirect non-electric pyrolytic reactor successfully converted cotton stalks and corn cobs into biochar. Biochar is likely to be a very important organic amendment in the future. Next, please. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for very precise and illustrated presentation. From Department of Agriculture, Dr. R.S. Solanki, Additional Director, Strategies with us, and he has been effectively facilitating the extension program of the Department of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare. So I request Dr. Solanki, Additional Director, Statistics, to give a very brief about the extension strategies of the department. Dr. Chaudhary, please. Most respected dynamic Vice-Chancellor, sir,
Director Extension, Director Research, Deans of other Dean Directors, scientists of the CCSHAU, Hisar, officers of the department. As you know that this workshop is convened 2 times in a year. Sir, if you don't, I would like to request to present from here. Thank you, sir. So this workshop is jointly convened by the Department of Agriculture and CCSHAU Hisar. The university has 3 roles to play. One is for the teaching, second is for research, then for extension. The Department of Agriculture is meant for the extension purpose. Whatever research is given to understand to the Department of Agriculture, the same we extend it to the farmers. Extension education is a two-way bridge of giving the latest information to the farmers. If there is any problem faced by the farmer, the same is sent back to the subject matter specialists of the department, then that is solved and again sent back to the farmers. This is, agriculture extension system. Long back, when we came here in HAU during 1985, we studied here, we learned a lot from this university. Then we joined the Department of Agriculture during 1994. We also learned from the fields, from farmers. We also learned a lot of practical things from the farmers also. So I would be now presenting my presentation. Next please. This is just an introduction. Agriculture, this is progressive state. We are the major contributor of wheat and rice. Here it is something wrongly mentioned. We are the second contributor to the central food. We are now focusing on improving more productivity. We are second largest contributor of the food grain to the central food, despite of 1.4 of the nation. We are a very small state. We are 10 destination generally of the nation. We are contributing more than 15% to the central food regarding wheat and rice to the central kitty. We are first in the export of basmati. We are earning around 10,000 crore of basmati in the state. The Haryana state is the only state which is purchasing 24 commodities which are grown, whichever the crops are grown out of 24 commodities in the state. Haryana is the only first state who is purchasing on MSP. Next. This is a snapshot of agriculture glance. Geographical area is 44.21 lakh hectare. Gross, then we are cultivating 36.94 lakh hectare. This is cultivable area. Out of geographical area, that road, bridges, rivers, forest. There is a 11-fold classification and 9-fold classification of agricultural statistics. So, out of this 44.21 lakh hectare, we are cultivating almost all area which is cultivable, and the cropping intensity, this is gross crop area. Gross crop area includes all crops, including horticultural crops, fodder, Rabi crops, Zaid crops, Kharif crops. So this is 65.66 lakh hectare cropping intensity. Somewhere it has around 185%, then next year it can have less than that. We are one of the states who is having the maximum cropping intensity in the country. However, the European countries like Israel, the developed countries who are having the cropping intensity around 400% also. So we will have to give more and more emphasis to improve this cropping intensity in the future. Now I will be telling how this cropping intensity is calculated. Gross crop area is the area which is of all seasons, including fodder, Zaid, Rabi. Then there is a concept of net area. Net area is that area which is maximum in one season. In our state, in Rabi season, there is maximum area. In Kharif season nowadays, the area is now less. So crop area divided by net area into 100 is calculated as cropping intensity in percentage. So we have the irrigation facilities in the state. There was a time when our state was moribund, when it was bifurcated from the Punjab during 1966. We don't have the irrigation facilities, we don't have the electricity, we don't have the seeds, we don't have many other inputs, but the Haryana farmers and officers of the department, eminent scientists of the HU Hisar put their sincere efforts, and now you can see that the food grain productions are so much in the state. There was a time when we had only 26.92 lakh metric tons of the food grains in the state during 1966-67. But now we have achieved more than 180 lakh metric tons. So this is the achievement of Haryana, and the credit goes to all the community, all the related quarters who are there in the agriculture. Though we have the small and marginal farmers less, but they are also putting their efforts. Many a pickle makes a nickel. You might have heard about this proverb, but the marginal and small farmers are also putting their efforts in adding their contribution. We have total only 16.28 lakh farmers in the state. Next please. These are the thrust areas which are for the state. Soil health management, reclamation of problematic soils, distribution of certified seeds, farm mechanization, crop diversification, water saving technology, natural farming, Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, National Food Security Mission, Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, AIF, MPLD, DSR, MFMD, drone, use of drone for urea spray, stubble funding, Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi Yojana, distribution of fertilizer right amount at right time. These are the thrust areas which we are doing also, but there are many other thrust areas which have not been mentioned here. Next please. This is the budget of the department. Agriculture. Horticulture has their own budget. So horticulture might be having around 800 CR, then animal husbandry might be having around 1000 CR. The budget of the university is included in this budget. So we have a sizable budget during the year 2025-26. I would like to add that there are indirect subsidies which are given for the farmers and farming. Let us say that direct subsidy of fertilizers, urea, DAP, calcium ammonium nitrate, MOP, and there are many other fertilizers for which the subsidy is given directly by the government of India. That might be having around 10,000 CR for the Haryana state alone. So that is for the farmers and farming, which is not reflected here in this budget. Then there is canal subsidy, canal water subsidy. That might be having around 5,000 CR for the Haryana state. Then there is electricity subsidy for the farm sector. That might also be having around 8 to 10,000, 800 to around 10,000 CR. Then there is credit subsidy, which is also given for the farm sector. That might also be having around 5,000. So in this way, there can be an amount of 50,000 CR for the farm sector, for the farmers and farming, which is not reflected here in this budget. This budget is given to to tackle those situations which are arising from time to time. Let us say that we have a situation of the crop ready development. So we have to tackle that. Then let us say that we have to improve the water use efficiency. Then we have to go for the UGPL, we have to go for the drip irrigation, how the drip and the sprinkler has now given to the irrigation department. Let us say we have to improve sugarcane area, so we will have to go emphasis for a scheme for the sugarcane. So this is the budget, which is not so much less. This is more than the last year. Next please. These are the central schemes. Next. This is rainfall. You know that rainfall is a very important factor which can impact the crops. This year there is a heavy flood, there is heavy rainfall occurred in the state. These were temporary, not only in the Haryana but also in Punjab. These rains have impacted the crops of Punjab, but these heavy rainfalls have also impacted few areas in our state also. However, the reservoirs are now full of water. The water table has also improved with these floods. Whenever the floods occur, during 1995, there was a huge flood in the state. But after that, for 2 to 3 or 4 years, the crops were good, production was good. So we should see good things from the bad things also. The reservoirs are now full, Pong reservoir is full, Bhakra reservoir is full, but there is a huge loss also. The farmers are now putting their losses in the Sati bottle. Now the government of Haryana has requested the government of India also to give more funds to the state so that the farmers can be compensated. And the work is in progress. The farmers will get soon. Similarly, those farmers who have restored their crops under the regime of the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, they will also get the compensation. Next please. Next. This is a snapshot of the assessment of the kharif crops. The targets were kept for the kharif crops, and we should see that the area targets for the rice were kept by us at lower side, but now the tentative or anticipated achievement is now, you can see this more than the target. Despite of making efforts for the LBLD and other schemes, the area is still increasing, but we will be emphasizing, we will be putting our sincere effort to load on this area on the rice. But the total food grain production should not be less. We have kept the target at 56.31 lakh metric tons in terms of rice, but the production is also being achieved more. We will have to give emphasis for the cotton also, especially that of the desi cotton. The department has also a scheme. All farmers who will grow desi cotton, they will be getting 4,000 rupees per acre. Next please. This is snapshot of the Rabi crops. We have put the targets for the next year to the tune of 25 lakh metric tons. The production will also be good. The production targets are also good. Last year the area was achieved low, so production was also low. So these are the targets and achievements of the Rabi crop. Next please. This is seed requirement. We have already made the arrangement for the seed. We don't have any problem, but government of India is saying that we will have to go emphasis to grow more and no seed from the government side. Next. This is requirement and availability. And Government of India has allocated the fertilizer sizably to us, but we will be requesting and we are requesting Government of India to give this as a tie to the state. Next. This is the availability and consumption of fertilizer for the pre-season. We go next please. Climate resilience. Everybody is talking about the climate resilience. So green manure, soil and carbs, natural farming, availability of fertilizers, crop diversification, declination of saline, land. We have to give more and more on all these concepts. Next please. So that you know that Haryana is doing good regarding this balanced use of fertilizer. What are the recommendations are given by the university, that is published in the package of practices, the state government officers then teach the farmers. The farmers are making use of the balanced use of fertilizer. Next, soil health card. We are doing good in soil health card. I visited a lab. I was just thinking that there is no any use of the soil health card, but when I visited a soil lab, then I came to know that they are doing good. They are making a register also. If this farmer has sent this soil sample, they have tested that, then they have maintained a card also. They are teaching that for this crop, this much fertilizer should be used. Next. Natural farming is very important. So we have kept a target of 1 lakh hectare during 2025-26 and we will achieve that, and the more emphasis should be given for the natural farming. Next. So this is the achievement of the natural farming. Our time can come when we can have more area of this natural farming. Next. Green manure is very good concept. Everybody is aware. The department is doing good in that. But last year there was some administrative problem. But the department and the government has then decided to give 100 rupees per acre. Next. This is the Mera Pani irrigation. So we are doing good. This year we have decided to give 8,000 rupees per acre. Next. Who will not grow the paddy and grow other alternative crops. DSR is also for the diversification. The farmers who grow DSR also, that is also concept of the diversification from the traditional paddy. So 4,500 rupees are given from this year per acre. Next. This is progress of the DSR. Reclamation of saline soil, we are doing good. Next. Next. There was a time when only 3 or 4 machines were there for this horizontal subsurface. Now we have achieved more than 25 acre area during 1 year. And more emphasis are given. Next. This is very important. Our field officers are now in the fields also today. That's why the strength is less also in this one. So this is the concept of the farm mechanization. The farmers are now stopped burning in the state. Next. This is the Atma scheme. So far, farmers are given training under this scheme. Next. National Food Store Division. This is progress. Next. Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana. This is a very big scheme of Government of India, flat scheme. Projects are prepared by different related quarters and then disseminated to Government of India for approval and then implemented. Next. This is progress of RT1. This is next. This is also progress. Next, sugarcane. Haryana is the state which is giving ₹400 per quintal. And this year the announcement will be more, maybe ₹410 per quintal. Next. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, 9093.04 crore rupees have been given to 33.38 lakh farmers since the inception of the scheme. Next. PMKSNY 6917.36 CR till 20th installment. 6,000 rupees per farmer per year are given in 3 installments. Next. Now you see that a pagoda is being organized and the officers are working with the farmers, and the next step will be covered as Viksit Krishi Sankalp Abhiyan, that will be started from 2nd of this October onwards. So all the field functionaries are working in this. They are teaching the farmers about the schemes, benefit, they are solving their problems in the fields. University scientists are also engaged in the next. These are some issues. So thank you very much. Once again, I would like to I would thank you, the Vice-Chancellor sir and other dignitaries. I want to tell that I was reading a package of practices during 2004, and that was published by the university during 1982. And in that, it was mentioned in the introductory that I think Mr. Singh was the agriculture minister in those days. So he mentioned that we have the productivity of the wheat in the state in those days, in 1982. I was reading the package of practices during 2004. It was mentioned that we have the productivity of the wheat in the state at 28 quintals per hectare in 1982. And we have to achieve this and cover this and go to achieve at about 32 like that. But then it was achieved also. There was a time when the wheat productivity was reducing year by year from the year 2002 to 2005-06, and that reduced to 38.44 quintals per hectare during 2005-06. Then Mr. Kruger, who was our director, now is chief principal secretary, he was our director. In the same hall, on the same platform, he then asked the scientists and the officers to achieve this at 42 quintals. And that was achieved at 42.32 quintals during 2006-07. That was the highest during those years. But then during 2011-12, we surpassed the productivity of wheat in Punjab also. That was around 52 quintals. And for that we will give the Krishi Karman Award also. I was there to present my presentation before the Secretary Agriculture for the Haryana state, and that was the first Krishi Karman Award. And now under the dynamic leadership of the Vice-Chancellor and the dynamic team, hard-working scientists, hard-working officers, we will achieve in coming times more than 60 quintals per hectare. And we will be giving emphasis on the productivity of other crops also. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Chaudhary, for your valuable presentation. You have given detail about the agriculture scenario of Haryana and different welfare schemes which are run by the Department of Agriculture in the Haryana state, and about the budget allocated to different sector of agriculture for the welfare of farming community. Thank you very much. There is a one proceeding of last previous AW which was prepared by Directorate of Extension Education. So I request Professor B.R. Kamboj, Vice-Chancellor of this university and Chief Guest of today's program, please sir, release the publication of Directorate of Extension Education. Thank you, sir. Now, I request Dr. Balwant Singh Mandal, Director of Extension Education, CCSHAU, Hisar, to honor the Chief Guest, Professor B.R. Kamboj, worthy Vice Chancellor, CCSHAU, Hisar, by presenting the law and memento. Dr. Balwant ji, please. Thank you, Dr. Our worthy Vice Chancellor, Professor B.R. Kamboj has a long experience as an agriculture administrator and manager. Hence, he has in-depth understanding of agriculture scenario, not only at state level but also national and international level. He is always very supportive for all agriculture developmental initiative. He is a prolific thinker and action-oriented in practice, and again very much practical experience and suggestions. Agriculture officer also find a special place in his thought process, and it defines the path that the state agriculture should take. May I request the Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor B.R. Kamboj to address this August gathering. Sir, please.
Thank you. Am I audible? Fine. Okay. Present on the dais, the Additional Director of the Department of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare, Dr. Solanki. Our Director of Extension Education, Dr. Balwant, Director of Research, Dr. Rajnarayan, Dean College of Agriculture, Dr. S. Pahuja. All officers of the State Department of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare, all Dean, Directors, officers of the University, all HOD, scientists, HOS, senior coordinators, other scientists, faculty members, and officers from State Department of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare. It's indeed a pleasure moment for me that we all are assembled here to give package and practice for Rabi as well as for Kharif. I think we missed it somehow last season, but I think you are going to deliberate on that and recommendations will be made accordingly. Dear friends, it's really very important event, I think, because the officers, the scientists, whosoever has worked on this, is a very, you can say, good system to recommend the things. When the farmer, the officer of the State Department, as well as the scientists are on the same page. They evaluate the technologies at their own farm, we deliberate, discuss over there, then we come to this platform and then we recommend. You see the beauty of the system. Just to have an authentic recommendation from this very important platform. So my humble request, I just say to our director also, kindly fix the dates for this program. write it to the ACS Agriculture that the date for the Kharif and the Rabi season workshop be fixed. In no case there is no change. It's a very serious concern. And we should stick to that. Otherwise there will be no use of this workshop, taking it so lightly, because I have seen the beauty of this workshop. All the officers, they come over here, long debates were there, and I think we need to stick to those dates. I think that will help us to give the recommendations. If you are able to conduct the workshop last season, do you know what happened? There were, I was told that 12 recommendations for the farmer for Kharif season. We are unable to tell it to the farmer because these have not been recommended from this platform. And we hardly see the importance of this workshop. I think we should stick to that. This is my first observation which I just want to share with you. I am really happy that the Department of Agriculture as well as our scientists may be working in research system or in the extension system. They are working very closely. And it has given dividend to the state also, to our farmers also. And hopefully, whatsoever feedback we are getting from the State Department of Agriculture through farming community, again comes to our research system, and then we address the issue. And through training and visit our workshops, all the meetings, we deliberate on that, we recommend the solutions to the farmer. So I think this is a good platform where we are going to recommend these technologies to the farmers, maybe for the Kharif season as well as for the Rabi season. And timely conducting of this workshop again help us for timely educating the farmers. And Dr. Solanki has said that Dr. Pulavraj here, I know that workshop, and in which there were 3-4 priority areas have been identified, and we have just made the timely sowing, balanced fertilizer dose. These were 2 key issues which were discussed, deliberated, and then we went to the farmer field. Now you know that during Kharif season also, Krishi Sankalp Abhiyan was again just run by the Government of India along with State Agriculture Department, universities, all ICR institutes. Everybody was involved with that system. Progressive farmer, drone disease, everybody was part of that. I think that can help us if through this workshop we may have maybe 2-3 things which we say we need to focus. Maybe the variety, because our Director Research was saying that we have lead a variety 1309. May not be the sufficient seed this year, but at least whosoever just bought that seed, maybe HSBC or maybe the farmers, can we identify them so that next year we can just have enough seed for that. And this year also, if we can sow that seed in the first week of January, because there is some water-pounded areas, so it may be delayed. So in those situations we can grow that variety, and that type of information be shared with the farming community to have the maximum benefit of that crop. Likewise, if you see that I was wondering that the area under rapeseed and mustard has dipped. Is it so? Or it has increased? I don't know the exact figure, but the figure shown over here. That is again a good time to just deliberate on that issue. We have a very good variety of rye available with us. 3-4 varieties. After we were talking about the RS725 only, occupying almost 25% area pan-India. It's a big thing, big achievement. And we have just organized this Krishi Mela along with the State Department, all the departments, maybe the fishery, maybe animal science, maybe agriculture, and our university jointly organized this program. And you might have seen that more than 1.2 lakh farmers visited the Mela, and the beauty of the Mela is the quality sea. So maybe the non-license agreements, maybe sheep production by our state government agencies, HSBC or national agency, NSC, or maybe the university. Farmer has full faith in seed, and that's why he is coming. And the varieties really during past years, particularly the of raya, then wheat, even the gram, fodder crops, and those are really not only at state level, national level, they are doing wonderfully well, and the in potential is much higher. And the what challenge we have, I was just seeing a data, and if you talk about the wheat productivity, we have the varieties whose potential is plus 8 tons per hectare. But if you see the data, only in 3% area, we are able to harness the productivity to the tune of 6 tons per hectare. If we are able to increase this 3% area to 15%, that will be a big achievement. And that comes through all the technical practices which we are recommending right from the sowing time to harvest. We can achieve it, and that will be a big boost to the productivity, and we can again surpass Punjab as far as productivity of the wheat is concerned. You see the lowest productivity which we are getting out of food, wheat is 8%, in 8% area we are harvesting around 4 tons or so. So if we can increase this maybe 6 tons plus up to 15%, we can surely surpass the Punjab. Likewise in mustard, I was just seeing that only 1% area where we are able to harvest 3 tons per hectare. If we can improve this to 10%, again we can go, we are already top as far productivity of mustard is concerned, but still there is a strong advocacy of water saving also. We are just multiplying the money which we are investing in import of the oilseeds from other countries. And third thing, over here we can accommodate one more crop to improve the cropping intensity or to bring movement in the system during summer season. I think in irrigated areas that can be one option where we can improve the productivity as well as cropping intensity, and that will ultimately help us. Either we will move through triple M formula, maize, mustard, mung bean, and diversifying the wheat crop from rice to maize crop, because now we have released 2 varieties of this maize, IMS 225 and IMS 226. The productivity of these 2 hybrids is around 10 tons per hectare. So if we have such type of hybrid or varieties, then we can easily harvest that. And even if you have no option, you have to go for the short duration paddy, and we have released this year HTR 49. It matures in 120 days from seed to seed, and the productivity is again 8 to 9 tons it can give within 120 days. So short duration paddy in direct seeded conditions, followed by again mustard and then mung bean crop, that can be another good coping reporting system where we can advocate, we can tell to the farmer that okay, this is the system. Again, if we are harvesting a crop 25 days earlier, water saving will be there. If we are moving from puddle to direct seeded rice system, again you see the soil health, which is again a major cause of concern. Continuous pouring of water, everybody knows the deleterious effect of this water ponding in the crops. Likewise, water saving, soil health, cropping system. Third thing which I just want to advocate over here, we all are interested, we are moving through the natural system, maybe natural farming or the organic farming or the system where we can optimize the resource use. And in those situations, I think the scientists need to work on the use of bioagents. Maybe for the management of nematodes, maybe for the management of the sucking pests or other pests, and likewise, again, the management of this soil health is again very important. You know, road phosphate, it is locally available. We need not to import that material from other countries. And that's why huge support we have to give to the farmer on account of subsidy and everything. I think we can further work on that. Can we have that type of consortia where we can mobilize or we can make the fixed phosphorus available to the plants? And if we will be able to do that, that will be a good boon for the farming community also and for our state or country also, that we have worked on that. I think soil department is working on that. I will impress upon that they should work hard so that we can compensate some of the phosphatic fertilizer requirement from our indigenous sources also. That will be very important. Again, biofertilizers, microbiology people, you have to work hard and hard. And if we are able to give the solution, maybe for the soil improvement or maybe for the plant protection, that is going to help us in many ways. Second thing which I again, water saving is an issue, but that comes through because we have two situations in Haryana where water is brackish. We are facing the problem of water logging. And in other cases, our water table is going deeper and deeper. And if you see the rainfall scenario, that's again changing. In Rajasthan, in dry ecologies, we are getting more rains. There the underground water is brackish. And the ecologies where we have good water scarcity is there, less water we are getting. So under such scenarios, definitely we have to work hard. Honorable Chief Minister on the occasion of Kisan Mela was saying that can we have a crop which can survive under water condition also, and if water scarcity is there, again it is able to yield. So those are the challenges we are facing, and down the lines, I have seen one this Susbania crop at my farm, where the water pumping is to the height of maybe 1.5 feet or so, but still Susbania surviving there. You can see the secondary roots in that. Can we just take advantage of that phenomena and we can just work in our crops, maybe the Rabi crop or other crops that we have to work, because now we have the technologies, we have the advanced breeding methods, maybe gene editing, maybe other techniques. So I think in those situations we can work, and our scientists need to focus on that so that we can give solution for the farming community down the lines. Resource conservation technologies, everybody knows about that, but one thing I would say that when the laser learning came, we were very much happy with that technology. It's a very wonderful technology. But now we have to do at second level. My request to all the scientific community, let there be a learning but there should be some slope. It's creating problem for our Rabi crops because zero lending we are recommending. But I think if there will be some slope, that will help us to drain out the water also. We can work on that, we can standardize, we can validate in different soil types what slope should be there so that we can just answer the queries which are made by the farmer due to water boundary in wheat crop because the farm size is now maybe 3-4 acres. He is irrigating. So there is excessive use of water, overuse of water, efficiencies are low and simultaneously adversely affecting the yield of the Rabi crops. Mechanization is much more important. You have talked about happy seeder, then smart seeder is now coming up, I think. So I think again the scientists need to validate the technologies, and if some technology is validated, that needs to be transferred to the farming community. I think these were the some issues. As far as the different crops, you are going to deliberate on all those crops. My humble submission, anything, kindly deliberate, because you have come for 2 days for this workshop only. And your suggestion, your feedback is much more important for the scientific community. If you are not going to discuss deliberate over here, how they will be able to refine their research programs? Because answering the queries raised by the farming community is much more important. Hopefully we will deliberate on all those issues so that down the line we can answer all the queries by the farming community, and all those issues may be related to climate change, resource conservation, or the problem which we are going to face down the lines, namely the soil health and other issues. We are deliberating here and we are giving the solution for the farming community. Wish you a very successful workshop, Rabi crops. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your inspiring inaugural address and chief guest. Sir, the valuable observation made by you will be very useful in planning our future strategy in agriculture. Now, I request Dr. S.K. Pahda, Dean College of Agriculture, CCSHAU, Hisar, to propose a vote of thanks. Dr. S.K. Pahda, please.
Thank you very much. Okay, Dada. Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Chief Guest of today's Agriculture Officers Workshop, Professor B.R. Kamboj, Director of Research, Dr. Rajbir, Dr. Solanki, Additional Director Agriculture, Department of Agriculture, Dr. Singh, Director Extension, all the deans, directors, registrars are present here, all the officers from the State Department, faculty, head of the departments, coordinators from various KVKs. I propose vote of thanks to all of you present here. First of all, it's my pleasant duty to present vote of thanks to the Honorable Vice-Chancellor for sparing his valuable time for coming here and being chief guest of today's function. I thank the Director of Research as well as Director of Extension for giving very concise, precise presentation here about the extension and research activities of the university, and Dr. Solanki also for his presentation, and Honorable Vice Chancellor also for his blessing, his keynote address. in the present workshop. So we hope that the next 2 days, today and tomorrow, will be very helpful for us, as Vice-Chancellor has already conveyed, that we'll be having discussion on all the present topics which are there in state agriculture, and we'll deliberate on all such issues on various crops, and hope that the sessions will be helpful for the officers as well as for the scientists also. Then I thank the media advisor and his team for coverage of this function, landscape officer and his team. So all the present here, and I won't stand much in front of you. So I thank one and all together. I would like to conclude with a shloka from Gita, which Lord Krishna says to Arjuna, Udharet Atmanam Natmanam Avsadhayet Atmayo Atmano Bandhu Atmayo Virupuratmana. Means, Udharet Atmanam, we are responsible for our growth. Natmanam Avsadhayet, we are responsible for our downfall also. Atmayo Atmano Bandhu, we are our own friends. Atmayo Virupuratmana, and we are our own enemies. So, this all depends upon the progress of the state, the progress of agriculture of the state depends on all of us. We can be responsible for our growth of agriculture, for our farmers' growth. So let us take lesson from Bhagavad Gita and try to work very hard for the farmer of the state and for the agriculture of the state. Thank you one and all once again. Thank you very much.
Now all will stand and there will be Rashtragan. Please switch off your mobile phone also.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंग तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे